Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today is part 6 of our most under-the-radar prospects in the 2024 NFL Draft, guys. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more NFL Draft content, you know what to do. Please consider subscribing. Let's go. Coming in number 5 today, let's talk about Nelson Caesar, edge rusher out of Houston. At 6'2" and 250 pounds, Caesar doesn't dominate off athleticism or size alone, but what he does dominate with comes from an elite pass rush moveset. Nelson Caesar ranked second on the Cougars in tackles for loss and filled the stat sheet with a forced fumble, 2 pass breakups, and an interception in 2022. The redshirt senior at Houston also notched a 14.7 pass rush win percentage, and an amazing 42 total pressures last season. Caesar is a high-effort defensive player with the ability to move around the defense, which can be valuable as he can stay on the field for multiple downs. The concerns start and end with his lack of size at the edge spot, which has led to some issues finishing plays. Over 2 seasons, he has only 7.5 sacks and struggles to hold up as a run defender due to his lack of lower body strength. Improving his ability to hold up in the run game or improving his balance through contact as a pass rusher can lead to improving Caesar's draft grade and making him a possible day 2 selection. Let's watch some highlights. Coming in number 4, we're going to start talking about some Georgia prospects. Smile Munden Jr., linebacker out of Georgia. Munden Jr. has considerable upside and his athleticism is off the charts. Here's a guy who is a 2-sport athlete in high school and comes with a decorated track background. We're talking 6'3", 220 pounds, and a dude can run like a gazelle. I fully expect Munden Jr. to dominate the draft process and possibly run a 40-yard dash in the 4.4 range. This guy is truly just scratching the surface of his potential. It's important to note that Munden Jr. didn't just lead the Georgia Bulldogs in tackles last year. He did it while basically skipping all of spring practice in 2022 after being held out with a shoulder injury. His short area burst and controlled strides are elite, with the agility to win one-on-ones, whether as a blitzer or dropper in coverage. Munden Jr. has a long and lean frame that requires additional weight to be effective at the next level. Another year in the system and a full offseason to continue molding his game. I expect this dude to be a major breakout star in 2023. Let's watch some highlights. Sticking with Georgia, number 3, let's talk about Jamon Dumas-Johnson, linebacker out of Georgia. Dumas-Johnson is the next great Georgia linebacker. following in the footsteps of past Bulldogs including Roquan Smith and Eagles' Nakobe Dean. In fact, over the past 2 seasons, the only SEC linebacker with a higher grade than dumas-johnson is Eagles' 2023 breakout candidate Nakobe Dean, according to PFF. The Hyattsville, Maryland native totaled 70 tackles last year, second best on the team, including 9 for loss with 4 sacks. Dumas-Johnson also deflected 3 passes from his inside linebacker spot while forcing 1 fumble in 15 games. At 6'1", 235 pounds, he may have standard size at the position, but everything else about him screams a star in the making. Dumas-Johnson shows a true nose for the football, excelling when coming downhill to meet a running back in the backfield. The only question for this dude will be his coverage ability as a full-time starter. If it all clicks, I expect this guy to climb up the draft boards throughout the 2023 season. Let's watch some highlights. Coming in number 2, let's talk about McKinley Jackson, defensive tackle prospect out of Texas A&M. Here's a dude with unbelievable size and length and is one of the premier run stuffers in the class. He led all Texas A&M defensive linemen in tackles for loss last season, and his tape showed a consistent force in the middle. With his size and movement skills, he gives me Javon Hargrave vibes as a player who can understand his strengths yet still has considerable upside. Jackson has a functional body type as a nose tackle. He has surprisingly long arms, which allows him to forklift roadblocks and pry himself from blockers. Though he looks heavy, the tape doesn't match and he shows impressive movements for a guy that's 320 plus pounds. When it comes to areas to improve, he needs to work on his ball tracking and backfield reads. Texas A&M's young defense struggled in 2022, but that wasn't because of a lack of talent. I expect Texas A&M to have a massive bounce back season this year and Jackson to be one of the pure risers throughout the 2023 college football season. Let's watch some highlights. All right, let's wrap this up with another Georgia prospect. Number 1, Nazir Stackhouse, defensive tackle out of Georgia. Although he's a better pass rusher than his 0 sacks from last season would indicate, Stackhouse is at his best in the run game. He is quick off the snap and even quicker to read run angles, which allows him to square and shed blocks or cut back against leaners. Not only does he play with outstanding play strength, but he also has the contact balance to work his way through traffic to the football. When it comes to what he needs to work on in 2023, Stackhouse must become a better finisher, especially when he reaches the backfield. He will chase down plays and has strong hands to put ball carriers on the ground, but he can improve how he drops his weight to change directions in tight spaces and finish one-on-one. With his explosive nature at the snap and natural strength, Stackhouse is scheme versatile with the skills to 2-gap versus the run or anchor down as a nose tackle. Stackhouse won't be a flashy draft pick, but he has all the tools to start early in his NFL career. Georgia had the first defensive tackle drafted in both 2022 and 2023, and Stackhouse should be in at least the conversation to keep that run going in 2024. Let's watch some highlights. All right, guys, that is part 6 of our most under the radar prospects. Do you guys disagree? Do you like any of these guys that I just mentioned? Let me know down in that comment section below or message me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.